Good morning. This is day 6, AMI Math. This should be the first page in your math packet of the new packets. If you haven't picked them up, they will be there tomorrow, and you can get yours. Your report card is with it. If you happen to be one of the people that you picked up packets early and maybe Miss May gave you only one instead of all 3 of them, you may not have today's work, and that's fine. Again, you can pick those up. Just tell Mr. Indris or Miss Melissa, whoever's up there, that you just need whatever week you didn't get. So be sure to look at your packets. You should have week 2, week 3, and week 4 at home. And if you don't, that's how you can decide which packet you picked up and which ones you still need. I only assigned this for today, and as you can see, it's got the date up here. It says Tuesday, March 31st, and it's just these 9 problems here. All it is equivalent fractions. We've been doing a little bit of that anyway as we've been working these problems. An equivalent fraction is just, again, another fraction that looks the same, or they look different, but they mean the same thing. Excuse me, I just got up. The very first problem says 1/4, and then it's got an 8 on the other side. So you have to ask yourself, what did you do to get from 4 to 8? Okay? When you look at 4, the multiplication fact to get to 8 is times 2. Okay? Whatever you do on bottom, you've got to do the same thing on top. You have to remember, we had this lesson earlier. All we're doing is we want to multiply by something that means 1. Okay? I'm going to write this down in here. Times 2 on top and bottom. And if we looked at these 2's as a fraction here, 2 divided by 2 would be 1. Okay? So what we're really doing is we're taking this fraction and we're multiplying by something that means 1. And we know anytime we multiply by 1, your numbers are going to stay the same no matter what. Okay? So 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay? That would be its equivalent fraction. Something that looks different but means the same thing. Okay? Now, all of these are just alike. Let me do number 2 also. All right. It says 5/10 equals something over 2. Okay? This one you can see here we multiplied because the number went from 4 to 8. Well, what do you think we're going to do here? The numbers get smaller from 10 to 2. Partners in crime, multiplication and division. All right. So if we multiply up here to make equivalent fractions, then we can do the same thing down here, but using its opposite, which is division. Okay. So what do we have to do to get from 10 to 2? Okay. We're going to divide. You have to, if you want to, think about your multiplication facts. All right. 2 times what? 2 times what equals 10? It would have been 2 times 5 equals 10. Now, same thing as above. If we divide by 5 on bottom, what are we going to have to do on top? We're going to have to divide by 5 again. Okay? So, here we go. If we divide by 5 on top, okay, 5 divided by 5 is going to be 1. All right? So, we can just fill that in right there. All right? So, and we already knew that 5/10 was a half, and now we've proved it with a math problem that we can show that if we divided by 5 over 5, which is 1, okay, that we're going to get 1/2, another equivalent fraction. We know if we gave somebody 5 out of 10 that we gave them half of our items. Okay. That was just a really short lesson today. That's all you have to do are those 9 problems. I've done 2 for you. And then on April 1st, which is tomorrow, okay, it gives you some, this will be for tomorrow and we'll talk about it here, okay, simplest form. So there's not a lot, really any work to do there. This is where the work is. All right. And it's a lot of what we just did. You're trying to ask yourself, how did you get from the first denominator or numerator to the second one? All right. Just wanting to keep things fresh in their mind. As of now, we're still going back to school supposedly after April 17th. The governor's update yesterday did not mention anything about schools, so I'm not sure where we stand. But I'll still be here every day talking to you about the math that's assigned for that day, and then you can get back with me if you have any trouble. All right, guys, thanks. Bye.